Hey, what's up guys? Joey here. In this video, I wanted to show you a technique that I have been playing around with, and I think it's pretty cool. The issue came up where we were recording some really low-tuned guitars. I'm working with this band named Face Yourself, and the issue is that they tune really low. They played 8-string guitars, and there's a lot of palm mutes. And what happens is when you're palm muting, like on your guitar and you're holding out this long palm mute, there could be a lot of noises that enter the signal, especially when you're using like high gain amps and amp sims and stuff like that. And sometimes it's like you want to reach for a gate, or maybe you want to try, some different techniques with expanders and things like that. But ultimately, this is a frequency problem. And I think the solution is an interesting one. I thought of taking Tominator, and if you're not familiar with Tominator, it's a plugin that basically is a filter that moves through the frequencies based on time. So when you start a chug, it starts with a lot of high-end material at first. There's a lot of high-end data in there. And then as the chug rings out, that high-end stuff actually goes away, at least the part of the signal that you would need. So when the chug is ringing out, we really don't need a lot of frequency information above the fundamental frequency of the chug or the chord or whatever's being played. So for example, the easiest metaphor I could make would be, imagine you have a guitar that's tuned in, drop F, and you play the top string. Well, you need the F note, or all the frequencies that make up that note, in order to hear that as an F note or a chug, but you're not going to need a lot of stuff above a certain frequency. So there's some math that you can apply to this, right? You can go on and look up what the frequency chart is for the different notes, for the different tunings that you might be using. You can also just kind of use your ears, but really what you want to do is start with opening Tominator as an insert on your DI track that's going to go right before your amp sim, and you're going to set this threshold first. Now, the way we want to set the threshold is we want to be able to hear the high end of the pick attack on the strings, and then after we have dialed that in, what's going to happen is Tominator's automated filter is going to kick in and it's going to start cutting off frequencies. And this basically works like a low pass. So imagine a low pass filter that is kind of moving up and down the frequency spectrum as the guitar player is chugging on the guitar. So when they chug, the filter opens up, we get all the frequencies, and then as the chug goes on over time, that filter clamps down to whatever cutoff frequency we want to have. So for this example, I've got it set to around 214 hertz. That's very low. For a lot of you out there that are maybe playing in like drop B, you're going to want to go way up, but this band is tuned insanely low, so the cutoff has to be pretty low in order for it to be effective. So I've got a guitar player, Dave. He's going to show you what these chugs sound like without a gate, with a gate, and then with Tominator, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how I set it up. Now with the gate. Cool. And then Tominator. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys how I set the threshold first, and then we'll also set the cutoff. So the easiest way to set the threshold is to take the cutoff all the way down. When you do that, you're gonna really hear Tominator kicking on and off, and that's gonna help you find where to set your threshold. So I start my threshold all the way up, my cutoff all the way down, and hit play. Right around there is where I hear the strum of the chug, and I've got enough of the picking information in there that I like. So now I need to set the cutoff. You'll notice the higher the cutoff is, the more noise comes in. So if I raise the cutoff all the way up, you can hear all that noise that's up there. If I start lowering it down, I'm going to stop somewhere around 500 hertz, maybe 200 hertz, somewhere in there. And you should hear how the chug gets much, much cleaner. All that high-end noise and hiss goes away, and it sounds a lot better. So here's before Tominator, and here's after. And then I'll show you that with both guitarists. So you can see that this is a pretty effective way to clean this stuff up, especially when gates aren't going to cut it. And you can even automate this. So if you have other parts in the song where your threshold settings don't work, you can either automate the threshold up and down or automate the plugin bypass on and off. It only comes in at certain moments in the song, comes back when you need it, or you could even automate the cutoff. There's a lot of options there. What I like to do, just because I like to kind of be pretty minimal when it comes to automation, I'll just have my own tracks set up with the Tominator on there. Same guitar tone with Tominator loaded up. And anytime I need that little fix, I just cut those parts out, drag them into those special tracks, and call it a day. So that's my little trick with Tominator. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for watching.
If you like this video, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to check the links in the description below and tap that bell to get notified whenever we upload new videos. Until next time, happy mixing.